So for this experiment, you're gonna need some hot water. I would go with about a cup, but it will depend on the size of your jar. I've added blue food coloring just to make it a little more visible, but that is not a requirement. A jar with a lid. You could use a mason jar, or this is just a cleaned out spaghetti sauce jar with a metal lid. Some ice cubes and a birthday candle or a match. You are going to need an adult to help you with this because you are going to be lighting the candle on fire or lighting the match.
So the first thing we're going to do is pour our hot water into the jar. Again, it's just blue to make it easier to see. That's completely optional. And then we're going to put a lid on top with some ice cubes. It's easiest if you put the lid upside down so that the ice cubes don't roll off. And now we just have to wait. After a few seconds, I'm going to take the lid off, and I've lit a birthday candle. I'm going to blow it out really quick and just put the smoke in the jar and replace the lid. You'll notice that now you can see the cloud forming above the blue water. The reason we're using hot water in our jar is because hot water doesn't always like to stay liquid. If you've heard the term evaporation, that's what's happening. The hot liquid water wants to become a gas. So you have this water vapor, this gaseous water rising because hot air likes to move up. So you have the hot gaseous water moving up towards the ice cubes, and the air up around those ice cubes is cold. So as the gaseous water gets closer to that cool air, it starts cooling down, and now it doesn't want to stay a gas anymore. It wants to turn back into a liquid, but it has nowhere that can happen. So if you've ever had a cold drink on a hot day, you know how the outside of your glass gets all sweaty? That is gaseous water turning back into a liquid, and it sticks to the outside of your glass. The problem with our jar is it has nowhere to stick. That's why we put the smoke in. When we put the smoke in there, now there's tiny particles that the gas can cling to make liquid water. And as that gas turns to liquid on our little smoke particles, it starts to form a cloud. This is what we call condensation. It can't stay a gas in the air anymore, so it turns into liquid. And as more and more gaseous water turns into liquid water, you get a cloud forming. And those clouds move around the earth, and they have a huge impact on what the weather will be in any particular area.